Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today I created a tutorial for you using some LA Girl products that I've never tried before. I don't have the full face of LA Girl products, but I do have a good amount, and I've tried some of them and some of them I haven't tried yet. So it's kind of going to be like a little bit of a review, first impressions, my thoughts, how they apply, demo, that kind of thing. So if you'd like to see how I created this look using some of those products, then keep on watching. I have already prepped the skin with a primer, but it isn't from LA Girl. I did not pick up a face primer from them just because I really just wanted to try a couple little things. So for today, I'm just using the Milani Prime Light Face Primer. So now let's go in with foundation because that is something I did pick up. This is the Pro Coverage. It's the high definition, long wear illuminating foundation. I've heard so many people talk about this over the years. I feel like they came out with this a couple years ago and I haven't tried it. Like I said, I haven't tried really anything from LA Girl, so I definitely wanted to pick up a foundation, and this is one that I hear a lot of people talking about. I do prefer more illuminating foundations, and this one is a medium to full coverage. It's supposed to be a smooth, long-wearing, flawless-looking finish. I have actually already tried this product. Most of these products I did try. Some I'm going to be trying for the first time on camera, but this is way too dark. I picked up the lightest shade they had, which was fair. There's no way that this is fair. Here, I'll do a little pump on the back of my hand. Oh, you're probably not even gonna be able to tell because my lights are washing it out. But this, it oxidizes a bit as well on me, but it is so dark. I looked like almost like an Oompa Loompa. It was horrible. So what I did was I ordered off of Amazon the white mix-in shade. So they have, which I think is awesome, a white foundation that you can mix in to lighten up. Maybe that's why they don't have as many shades in their range, so you can kind of customize it, which, you know, I don't know if not everyone would like to do that kind of thing, but they didn't actually have the white at my CVS, so I ordered it off Amazon, which got here in a couple days. So I am going to mix in some white. So let me just go ahead and wipe off what's on my brush. And I'm going to use, I don't know if I want to, I'll use a brush on half of the side, and then I'll use my Real Technique sponge on the other side. So hold on, let's do this side. Now, I did say I tried this, but why I don't want to give it a review is because I had to mix in the NYX Total Coverage drops, and I just feel like that changed the consistency of it completely, whereas this is the same exact formula, they're just in different shades. I like how this is looking with a brush already. However, I am noticing streak lines, so I'm going to try to buff it in a little bit more, or pat. Yeah, it's one of those that doesn't want to actually blend into the skin. It just wants to sit there. Every time I go like this with my brush, I just see more lines. So let's go with the sponge now. Usually if that happens, I will go in with a sponge. There's a hair on my sponge because it just pushes it into the skin better. I would say this is definitely medium coverage. I'm getting a lot of this redness and uneven skin tone taken care of, but you can still see things peeking through. One thing also, this does look like makeup if you were kind of going for like an undetectable type foundation. This wouldn't be it. I can see it on my skin. It does kind of sit on top of the skin as opposed to really blending in and becoming one. I think that's the price you kind of pay with more of a heavier coverage foundation anyways. Alrighty, we are completely blended to filth at this point, and I like the way it looks. It looks nice and luminous and very even on my skin and glowy, and I can still see some pigmentation poking through more of my freckles, which I don't mind because we haven't even done concealer yet. It hasn't set. It is still tacky, and if I put my hand on my face, which I just did, it, you know, transfers on your hand, so that is something to be aware of. Unfortunately, I also didn't pick up a concealer. They didn't have my shade. I know that Pro Concealer is very popular. I've seen a lot of people use it. I'll definitely pick it up and give it a try when I can, but so for right now, I am just going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in Light Sand. Concealer's on, and I like how it looked. The Shape Tape really worked well with this foundation. Nothing kind of broke up. It did blend pretty well. Let's go ahead and set my under eyes with a little RCMA No Color powder. I am going to set the whole face, but I like to just do my under eyes first. And I always use a sponge. And then for the rest of the face, I'm just going to get a brush and just kind of tap that into areas here in the T-zone. It has set a little bit more. I'm going to just stipple it on all over because I am going to go in with powder products, and with this tackiness, that's going to make all my blush and bronzer and everything I'm using skip on the skin and just be a nightmare to blend. I have a little dry patch right here. That foundation and concealer are clinging together. I don't normally take the foundation so far up my eyes, but I did today, not on purpose. I kind of took it up a little further than I normally do, and I'm finding that I have a little spot right here under my eye that's really caked up. It just kind of looks gross. So that normally doesn't happen with the foundations I use and the Tarte Shape Tape. So I don't know if I like these two together. Oh, that looks so bad. But let's move on. I do have a brow pencil. I picked up the Shady Slim Brow Pencil, obviously, from LA Girl. So this is one brand we're focusing on today, and it is in the shade Brunette. They had a good variety of shades in the collection, and this is like a typical like NYX Micro Brow Pencil or Anastasia Brow Wiz packaging. I mean, everyone has their own version of this. You got the spoolie on one end, and then you got a very small micro tip on the other. So let's go ahead and fill these in. It seems like a perfect match for my hair. I sometimes will go lighter even though my brow hair is pretty dark, but this is actually pretty spot on. It's more of a cooler tone brown, which I do prefer. It's more of a drier formula, but still glides on with just a little bit of pressure. You don't have to dig at your brows to get a little color payoff. So to me, that's a perfect consistency for a brow product. I really like this brow pencil. Look at that brow. I love it. I think I found a new brow pencil that I can alternate with my NYX one. Ooh, I like that. I love that brow pencil. So that is a winner. Absolutely love that. I'm putting it right here in my little drawer in front of me that I use for my everyday makeup. Let's move on to eyes. I did actually just use the concealer for my eyes. I have used this little eyeshadow palette. Now, I do have to say that I did crease throughout the day, and I don't know if that's just because I was using a concealer. I am going to put on a tad bit of MAC's Paint Pot in Painterly just to make sure I have a good base here. I am going to set it with powder. Onto the eyeshadow I picked up. It is the Eye Luxe Mesmerizing Eyeshadow Quad. Now, it is a little bit different than a typical quad. It's more like geometric. I liked it a lot. This spoke to me. It's very like rose gold, brown, champagne, very everyday and neutral. There's some more like fun colors and other neutrals, but I just really want to try out the formula. The packaging is plastic, but it is a very thick, sturdy plastic, so I was actually impressed, and this is like a nice little thing to travel with. I liked it a lot. I don't know why I was so excited about it, but I don't know. I just liked it. It was something that I thought was really cute and well put together. So we're going to keep the eyes pretty basic because I do have a bold lip color I want to use. So I am going to go in just with this shade right here. These are very pigmented and just soft and creamy. I like them a lot. They blend decent too. Just fluffing that into the crease. We're not doing anything too fancy for the eyes. This is just really to show you how I am applying these products, how they are applying, so you can see them kind of being demoed. I'm going to take a little bit of that underneath on the bottom lash line. I'm going to take a little detail brush and I'm going to go in with this more champagne highlighter. And I'm just going to take a touch of it on the highest part of my brow bone. I'm not going too crazy with it. So it's more of like a satin champagne highlight, which I like. I have a lot of bam in your face highlights. I don't always need these super metallic colors, you know? And I think that's it because I do want to use a colorful eyeliner in my waterline. Let's go into just some eyeliners. I picked up 2 eyeliners. I picked up the Ultimate Intense Stay Auto Liner in Totally Teal, and I also picked up just the black one. These are so nice looking. The packaging on them is so sleek. It has almost like a more soft touch here in the center for where you hold. I just think this is really pretty. The packaging that they use is so luxurious. It feels like a high-end eyeliner, but they were just a few dollars. So I am going to use the black, just a tight line above, and it comes with a very small little tip, so you can see it's that kind of crank up. You don't have to sharpen, and it's such a fine tip. Even when it gets dull, it's still going to stay pretty small, which I like. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that, wiggle it between the lashes. This is so creamy. I've only swatched these. I haven't actually used them on my eyes. Holy bananas. Actually going to take a little bit on the lash line as well above, really close, and I'm just kind of dotting it. I want to shape the eyes a little bit. Then I can even go with a little pencil brush and kind of smudge that in. These set pretty quickly, but I'm just softening up the edges. I love that black eyeliner. Oh my gosh, it is so nice. It does transfer a little bit on the bottom lash line, so if that's something that you're concerned about, but I am curious to see how this wears, because sometimes even though it may transfer a little bit, it still could wear well. It's just that immediate, once you apply it, it's still wet, and when you close your eyes and you're naturally blinking, it transfers. So nice to see how that wears for the rest of the day. But I am going to go in with the teal one, and I'm going to do it in the bottom lash line and give a little pop of color. More of like a metallic teal. It's got like a sheen to it. I would like to get a matte one. I feel like every time you get a teal or some sort of pop of color, it's always more of like a metallic. I want a matte one. Is that just a weird thing? I want a matte one, like the Pixie Cobalt Blue one I have. Pixie's gel eyeliner. It's cobalt blue and it's matte and it's gorgeous, but I want it in this kind of automatic pen form. I'm gonna go ahead and pop some mascara on and I'll be right back. Okay, so while I did the mascara, I did pop on a little bit of bronzer because that isn't something I picked up. So I just used the BareMinerals Invisible Bronzer and I'm in the shade Tan. So I just popped a little bit over, you know, the perimeters of my face to kind of warm things up. Let's go ahead and let's do the cheeks. So I picked up 2 blushes. I love blush. I got the Just Blushing, which again, I love this packaging. It's like a little brick. That's what I like. It's sturdy, it's thick, it's not like overly cheap packaging. So I picked up the shade Just Playful, which is completely matte, and I mean, come on. That shade is just, this is everything. I gravitate towards these shades, like nudie mauve, neutral shades. I love that. And then I also picked up, which I haven't tried yet, Just Glowing, which these are sometimes a little hard to open. And it's this color, which is, I just swatched it. It's like a pale peachy gold. This one is got a little bit of a sheen to it. It is not matte. So these are the 2, kind of got 2 different ones. So I thought maybe I could mix and just use that other one as a topper because I didn't get a highlighter. I have so many highlighters too. I really truly had just popped into the CVS. I wasn't even planning to get anything, but because I saw the LA Girl display, I thought, oh my gosh, I need to pick up some stuff. And I was kind of rushed for time. So I just grabbed a couple things to try. but I may go back and grab more. So there. I mean, they're so pigmented. They do have some powdery kick up to them, but I don't really care. And I just, honestly, I dabbed in, shook off the excess, and my face is done. I love this color. I'm going to use this blush a lot, I think. So let's go and use the little bit of this more peachy topper shade, maybe. Let's see. Ooh, that has some serious gold to it. I don't know if I like that. I'm going to keep it higher. It's pretty though. It adds a little bit of warmth. If you like maybe like the Luminosos out in the world or NARS Orgasm, this is going to be a shade that you might want to check out. Oh, I'm really blushed right now. Oh well, never can have too much blush. I mean, you can, but not today, I guess. So let me go ahead, let me slap on a highlighter because I need highlighter. I feel like I have a lot of makeup on. This foundation is definitely more of like a going out kind of thing for me personally, just because I'm not always into a lot of full coverage makeup, and this is a lot fuller than I normally go, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just gonna have to play around with different primers and things like that. Just go ahead and take off all this foundation that's on my lip with a baby wipe, and I'll be right back. All right, so on to lips. I picked up 2 lip liners. I got the Intense Stay Auto Liner for lips, so the same exact thing for the eyes, but they have them also for lips, so same formula, which I'm excited for because I liked the eyeliners. I hope I like the lip ones. And then I picked up the matte Flat Velvet lipstick, and I picked up a very vampy shade because I thought, why not? I can't have another nude. Oh, I mean, I have so many. I don't even know what color this is. Oh, it's Vavoom. So I did slap on a little bit of this on the back of my hand to see the shade, and it looks like it's going to be pretty, but I don't think it's going to be forgiving on dry lips. So we'll see. So let me just show you the 2 lip liners I picked up. I got Eternal Pink, which is like a hot pink. It's not even the time of year to be necessarily wearing this color, but I think in the winter time, if you're doing a very neutral eye look, I mean, barely there, maybe all nude makeup, and then slap on this, it could look really pretty in the winter time. I know it's not necessarily a color people go to, but you can even mix it in and I can have it ready for spring and summer. And then the other one I got was Unlimited Wine, which I thought I could use as a liner to go with. I mean, these are so creamy. That's a pretty shade. Let's fill in. Super pretty. Called matte, that is. Feels a little drying, but you can't always go by me because I have such dry lips. I have a hard time with matte products, but that's pretty. I like that a lot. It's so opaque, such a rich shade. So now let's go in on top with this lipstick. So this is the problem I'm having. It feels so dry. It tugs at your lips. I'm going to try a lip brush. Thing about this, okay, a couple things I'm observing. Because it's so dry and it pulls, it's actually like pulling some of that liner color at the bottom. I don't like this already. I do need to clean up because trying to get in there and it tugs so much, I was getting a mess. So let me go ahead and let me clean this up with a little concealer. I'll finish applying it and I'll be right back. So I cleaned up my lips here a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know if it's because I used the liner and that's really dry and then using this, but the lipstick does say Flat Velvet. There's nothing velvety about this lipstick. I mean, it's a pretty color. It's more of like a purpley shade compared to the wine liner I used, but I will try it without the liner. I just think already I can tell with the bullet, it's just tugging at my lips anyways. I don't think I would pick up these if I were you. Try a different brand or try other ones. They did have regular lipsticks from what I remember, but yeah, so that one was a dud, but I think that is it for me today. Let me know in the comments below, out of LA Girls line, what is like their best product that you've ever tried. Let me know what I should pick up next to give a whirl. I think I'll definitely get the concealer, but let me know in the comments below what you think. And also don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you liked it. And if you're new today and you haven't subscribed, you know where that button lives. And don't forget to hit that little bell. That will notify you when I upload my new videos. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.